Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are fine with the best of your health. Today we will study Unit 3, The World of Living, Chapter 9, Movement of Substances. Transport of substances in plants. Let us first discuss about these different types of plants. There are three kinds of plants, namely herbs, shrubs, and trees. Let us first discuss herbs. Herbs are the plants whose stems do not produce woody, persistent tissues and generally die back at the end of each growing season. Their stems are green, thus they manufacture food along with the leaves. Shrubs. Shrubs are woody plants of relatively low height. They lack a single trunk and have several stems arising from their base. Since their stems are less rigid, they bow down due to their own weight and do not grow as tall as trees. Bushes are the examples of shrubs. Trees. Trees are the large woody plants having a main trunk and usually a distinct crown. They keep on growing till they become taller than herbs and the shrubs. Since the trunk of a tree is very tall, water and food materials need to be transported in its body over a large area. Have you noticed that leaves have veins? We do have veins, but leaves also have veins. Each vein is made up of specialized transport tissues, xylem and phloem, for transport of food and water. These tissues are together called vascular bundles. They have got different functions. Let us discuss their functions. Xylem. Xylem is an important plant tissue that carries water and mineral salts from root to leaves. It consists of bundles of pipes running along the main axis of stems and roots. The process of water transport through xylem is known as conduction. This movement of water through xylem is unidirectional, that is, they move in one direction. Long tubes of xylem are made up of individual cells that are joined end to end to give it a tubular structure. Phloem. Phloem is an equally important plant tissue that carries food materials throughout the plant body. The movement of food, glucose, from leaves to other body parts is called translocation. Food material is distributed through phloem in water-soluble form. Transpiration. You may have seen gardeners watering plants every day. Why do they do so? Sometimes they water plants twice a day on a hot summer day. Do you know what happens to this water? Okay, let's discuss what happens to this water. Plants absorb much of more water through their roots than what is required for photosynthesis. What happens to the excess water? The excess water is lost in vapor form by the process of transpiration. Therefore, transpiration is the process of water loss from the leaves and plants. This process occurs through the tiny openings called stomata that are present on the leaf surface. Transport of substances in animals. The human circulatory system. The human circulatory system is a transport system moving substances throughout the body with the help of blood. Blood is the medium of transport in our circulatory system. The system consists of heart, blood vessels, and blood. Heart. Heart is a four-chamber muscular organ that pumps blood to all parts of our body. Our heart is located in the chest cavity towards the left. 2/3 of the heart is located on the left of the midline of body and 1/3 is to the right. Okay, do you know that left lung is slightly smaller than the right lung? Why it is so? Because some of the area in the lungs is occupied by heart in the left region. Okay, there are 3 layers on the heart. They are named as endocardium, myocardium, and pericardium. The 4 chambers of the heart are right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, and left ventricle. Look at the diagram of the heart given. Let us discuss the artery and veins of heart. Pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood. Pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. Let us discuss. The right chambers of the heart are completely separated from the left chambers. The blood flowing in the right and left part of the heart generally does not mix in a human body. The right auricle is connected with the right ventricle and the left auricle is connected with the left ventricle. Each of the chambers has a sort of one-way valve at its exit. This prevents blood flow from flowing backwards. When each chamber contracts, the valve at its exit opens and allows blood come into the next chamber. The valves close at the end of contraction so that blood cannot flow backward. Heartbeat. What is heartbeats? The rhythmic contractions and relaxations of a heart muscles are called heartbeats. A normal heart beats about 72 times a minute. We can hear our heartbeat with the help of an instrument called stethoscope. When the heart muscle contracts or beats, it pumps blood out of the heart. The heart contracts in 2 stages. In the first stage, the right and left auricles contract at the same time, pumping blood to the right and left ventricles respectively. Then the right and left ventricles contract together to propel blood out of the heart. Then the heart muscles relax before the next heartbeat. As our heart beats and forces blood throughout our body, we can feel a throbbing sensation at the different parts of our body like wrist, neck, or upper arm. This throbbing sensation is called pulse. To feel your heartbeat, place your palm on the left of your friend's chest. Do you feel that the heart is beating with a regular rhythm? Now place your ear at the same place. What do you hear? A distinct sound is heard. It is known as the heartbeat. Blood vessels. Blood flows in our body through a network of tubes called blood vessels. In our body, there are 3 types of tubes: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries carry oxygenated blood. Veins carry deoxygenated blood. Capillaries forms connection between the arteries and the veins. Blood. Blood is a red-colored fluid flowing inside the body blood vessels. It is the medium through which various nutrients, important gases, and waste products are transported inside our body. Blood constitutes about 8% of our body weight. Blood consists of a liquid part called plasma and the cells, or corpuscles. There are three types of blood cells: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells are flat-shaped cells with a repression in the center. They lack nucleus and are formed in the bone marrows. They contain a red-colored pigment called hemoglobin. It binds with oxygen and transports it to all parts of the body. White blood cells do not have hemoglobin. They act as a defense mechanism in our body. That is, they kill germs and protect our body against various infections and diseases. Platelets. Platelets are small irregular structures. They are colorless, just like white blood cells, and do not contain nucleus. The platelets helps in the clotting of blood. That helps to prevent the blood loss from the body. Functions of the circulatory system. This system helps in the transportation of food and oxygen to each cell of the body. This system removes the waste products from each cell and carries them to specialized organs like kidneys. This system protects the body against infection by destroying harmful germs. This system prevents blood loss during an injury by clotting. This system also helps in maintenance of constant body temperature. Excretory system. The process of elimination of metabolic waste products is called an excretion. And the organ system responsible for the excretion of waste is called excretory system. Let us discuss the human excretory system. The excretory system in human being is composed of one pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, and a urinary bladder that stores urine, and a urethra which throws out urine. The kidneys are dark red bean-shaped organs located against the back wall of the abdominal cavity. There are 2 kidneys in our body and each weighs about 120 to 150 gram. Each kidney consists of a large number of coiled tubules called nephrons. Nephrons work as filter waste products from the blood. Nephron looks like a small cup or funnel with a long tube attached to it. There is a mesh of capillaries in each of these cups. Water and waste such as urea and salt filter into the cusps from the blood in the capillaries. It cleans out them. The clean blood leaves the kidney while the waste flow into the tubes of the nephrons. The small tubes join up to form bigger tubes, which in turn join the ureters. The waste materials collected in the kidneys form the liquid urine. Excretion in animals. Some of the food we eat is not used by our bodies. This undigested food is a waste product. During respiration, water and carbon dioxide are produced as wastes. Urea is another waste. It is produced while digesting protein. Nitrogenous waste materials are the principal excretory products of animals. They are formed as the end product of protein metabolism. 3 main nitrogenous wastes are ammonia, urea, and uric acid. They need to be excreted out through a process, excretion. Ammonia is the most toxic substance formed in the bodies of animals. In unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium, hydra, etc., metabolic wastes are removed through the body's surface by diffusion. Earthworms, insects, and leeches have special tubular structures to remove their waste products. Higher animals Like mammals, including human beings, have a well-developed excretory system, which we have discussed. Excretion in plants. Plants also excrete out waste materials from its parts. Carbon dioxide. Like animals, plants also remove carbon dioxide, which is produced during respiration. Excess water. Water is a byproduct of respiration. Excess water is removed from plants by transpiration. Excess salts. Sometimes plants absorb excessive salts from the soil as it is mixed with water. Rubber, resin, and latex. Rubber, resin, and latex are waste products of many older plants. Dialysis. The kidneys purify our blood, removing waste products through urine. If the kidneys become diseased and cease functioning, the blood gets poisoned and the patient dies. The only way to deal with this kidney failure is to transplant a healthy kidney obtained from a living or just dead person, or to remove the waste products from the blood artificially. The technique of removing waste products artificially from the blood is called dialysis. In dialysis, blood from an artery in the arm or leg is drawn into the dialysis machine and the purified blood is fed into a vein. The person requiring dialysis has to undergo an 8-hour session connected to the dialysis machine every 2 or 3 days. The dialysis machine is also called an artificial kidney. Dialysis is an exhausting and expensive process.